The White House isn't the only East Coast landmark swamped with snow right now, why two climate experts say global warming is to blame. Also, the investigation is now underway after a turbine fire at a coal plant, the major power provider that is now searching for answers. And a new report says one particular energy industry is the most transparent when it comes to water resources.
From the Energy News Center in Washington, D.C., this is the Energy Report with Susan McGinnis.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Suiters in for Susan McGinnis. Thanks for joining us for this Thursday afternoon edition of the Energy Report. As the nation's capital digs out from under nearly 3 feet of snow, two climate experts here are saying that bigger, badder snowstorms don't disprove climate change. Rather, they are right in line with climate change predictions. Meteorologist Jeff Masters of Weather Underground and Joe Romm, senior fellow at the Center for American Progress today, discussed the recent severe winter weather. They say that climate skeptics either misunderstand that climate change is bringing more extreme weather, or they consistently misinterpret it. On a CAP-sponsored press call today, Masters stressed slow warming of the global atmosphere does not mean the world won't have winter, and Rome stressed that climate science draws its data from decades of weather, not just individual events.
Why are we seeing so much moisture being dumped by these storms? Well, we know that the moisture levels of the atmosphere have increased by about 4% globally over the past 40 years due to the fact that the globe has warmed and we've put more moisture in the air. So there's a possibility now that this extra moisture can be made available for snowstorms to make them heavier. Certainly in the future, we shouldn't be surprised to find heavier precipitation events in general and also snowstorms as well, since those storms feed off the same moisture sources as any other storm.
We're in an overall warming trend. What strikes me, and I'll just use the word absurd, it is absurd when you are in an overall warming trend to say that a single snowstorm, which has no bearing on whether we're in an overall warming trend or not, is evidence of a cooling trend when we're not in a cooling trend.
Masters in Rome said that annual temperatures averaged worldwide continue to increase, with the last decade displacing the 1990s as the hottest on record. And while records are still being set for cold spells, the records for high temperatures, they say, are outpacing those for low temperatures by a 2-to-1 margin. The University of East Anglia says it will conduct a new review of the science published by its scandal-hit Climate Research Unit. The university says the Royal Society, that is Britain's National Science Academy, will now help find independent scientists to run this new inquiry. The Climate Research Unit is at the center of the controversy over claims that scientists there and elsewhere tried to suppress or spin the science of global warming. Leaked emails appeared to show that researchers stonewalled climate skeptics and discussed ways to dodge Britain's freedom of information laws. An inquiry led by former government bureaucrat Muir Russell is already investigating, but the university now says it also wants an audit of the Climate Research Unit's scientific work. Elsewhere right now, investigators are looking for answers at a Kentucky coal-fired power plant. The TVA says a fire started yesterday at its Shawnee fossil plant in West Paducah, Kentucky. 2 workers were injured in that accident. Now, according to the TVA, the fire started in one of the plant's 10 turbines. That turbine will be idled during the investigation and repair process. A new report out today shows that most energy sectors are doing a poor job disclosing to investors how they use water. The exception here is the mining industry. With growing concern about the energy-water nexus, CERES examined 100 public companies in 8 different sectors, examining what kind of information they disclose about their water use. CERES worked with investment giant UBS and used data from Bloomberg as well to construct this report. The group's president, Mindy Luber, says the report gives needed visibility to the issue of water use.
Over the last 3 or 5 years, the world has adopted a whole new set of understandings, metrics, data, and science about climate change and its impacts on our world ecology as well as our world economy worldwide, implications that impact water and other natural resources. What was understood to be an environmental issue 5 years ago is understood to be a financial issue today, and figuring out exactly how to get the numbers right certainly is part of what we need to do. But changing the thinking, understanding water and climate as material risks that profoundly impact companies and their share price and their shareholders is a key message of this report.
This CERES report comes on the heels of a controversial new rule by the Securities and Exchange Commission. This new rule requires companies to disclose the risks that climate change could pose to their respective businesses. This afternoon, IBM says it now has what it claims to be a more efficient, less costly way of manufacturing solar cells. Researchers built a photovoltaic chip that uses commonly found materials, a combination of copper, tin, zinc, sulfur, and selenium. Most current chips use rare and expensive elements, things like tellurium and indium. David Mitzi leads IBM's research team, and he says IBM's new cells demonstrated a power conversion efficiency of 9.6%, and that is a 40% gain in efficiency from the solar cells built by others using similar widely available materials. Another cost-saving bonus here, these chips can be mass-produced using a fabrication process that is similar to the one that makes microprocessor chips. Most current solar cell production techniques use an expensive vacuum-based approach. Mitzi says IBM right now has no plans to enter the solar cell manufacturing business, but it does plan to patent the innovations and license the rights to other firms. The full report is available in this week's issue of the scientific journal Advanced Materials. And that is this Thursday afternoon edition of the Energy Report. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. In the meantime, you can reach us here in Washington anytime at contact@cleanskies.com. Also, you can follow us throughout your day on Twitter and Facebook. From all of us here in the Energy News Center, I'm Tyler Suiters. We're glad you're with us. You're watching Clean Skies News.